Hello, this is Steve Engro coming to you from our studio, Beacon Financial Group, and I wanted to give you my thoughts on 2024 and how the year played out, and also to point out some of the learning things that we can pick up from how the year went. So, if you think about a year ago, early 2024, we went into the year and everybody thought the Federal Reserve would be cutting rates six, seven times, and obviously that didn't materialize. We didn't even get the first cut until in the middle of the beginning of the fall. And so one would have expected, hey, if we didn't get Fed interest rate cuts, the market would have had a bad year. And yet the market had a very strong year. Again, another thing that was very prominent last year that everybody was very concerned about going into the year was the election and all the potential turmoil that we might have had in the election. And again, that would have led possibly to people saying, hey, I should be more conservative, maybe not have as much risk exposure. But yet, the election had a surprisingly benign result for everybody. It's been extremely calm, and the markets are higher since the election. Obviously had a little bit of a pullback in December, but the markets are higher since the election. And then the last thing is everybody thought the reason the Fed would be lowering rates would be because we would be looking at potentially a recession starting. And that didn't materialize either, and is still not materialized. And so I point these out to the fact that we had a surprisingly very strong year in the equity markets, and clients who stuck with their long-term game plans benefited from doing so. And those folks who maybe looked at things of saying, hey, I want to jump to these external factors that I'm seeing in the news and the forecast and things like that, maybe didn't have as good a year in their portfolios. And so I always want to point out that we believe that planning and your particular situation drives your investment decisions, and it's a lot less about what's going on in the outside world. But we did have a very strong year in 2024. In my next video, I'll talk about game plan for 2025, but hope everybody's year is off to a great start. We do celebrate the fact that last year was an excellent year for portfolios, and we look forward to continuing success in 2025.